Could polyamory save your marriage? The answer is most likely no. Due to the complexity of having multiple partners, the poly movement is bringing a number of gifts that may actually help your marriage through develop personal and couple emotional intelligence. Hello, my name is Valdo Lallemand. I'm a relationship coach. I started The Vibrant Couple 9 months ago to further my purpose of liberating love through connection and playfulness. I am doing this video for both men and women and will not discriminate on the type of partnership you have, whether you're married or not. I'm intentionally going to be black and white and say men and women, and will invite you to extrapolate depending on your gender, sexual orientation, and sexual fantasies. Men, through their masculine essence, want more freedom, more adventure, and more sex. Women, through their feminine essence, want more love and intimacy, and typically find it easier to open up with the partner they are attached to. These days, I see many people sell themselves polyamory as a solution to love's problems. Can it be? I believe that the answer to happiness is not in the number of sexual partners one has, but in the quality of those partnerships. And so one of the things I want to celebrate with the poly movement is the drive towards integrity, towards having integrity with one's extramarital affairs. Let's digress for a minute and look at statistics. First, the average divorce rate is 50%, and that number increases to 92% of failure for open marriages. Second, although some people will cheat no matter what, men and women, the research shows two very different tendencies. Men tend to have affairs to stay in marriages in which they are sexually unhappy, and women tend to have affairs to get out of marriages in which they are unhappy. And third, research shows that 70% of women who have affairs fall in love with the men they have affairs with. In addition, I find it interesting that on social media, the classification for people who are poly is it's complicated. So, if your only goal is to have more sexual partners, whether you're a man or a woman, poly is very unlikely to serve you well. However, if your intention is to increase the quality of partnership or partnerships you are having, then poly could be good for you, as the poly movement, in my view, tends to put a focus on increasing secure attachment. So even if your couple does not make it, at least you will have increased your emotional intelligence. I'm going to present 3 tools here. None of them are poly property, but they are highly emphasized by the poly movement as a way of creating happiness in love. The first tool is about feeling intelligence, knowing one's feelings, being able to be with one's feelings, be able to name them, and be able to share them with another in a way that we own them, so that our partner does not feel attacked by our feelings. There are far too many men who do not know their feelings, who do not feel them, and even less are able to express them. There are far too many people, men and women, who are not able to express their feelings without exploding. And there are very few people who know how to be fully present to honor those feelings. And so here the specific contribution of poly is about a very specific feeling that is very unpleasant and typically shoved under the rug: jealousy. So my invitation here is to learn to feel, be with, own, share, and learn to hear your partner's feelings, even if they are as unpleasant as jealousy. Second tool is about needs. Feelings are just messengers that tell us that our needs are met or not met. It is our needs that drive us, whether we know it or not. Actually, most people do not know their needs and therefore do not know what drives them. So people get happy or angry or jealous and blame all that on their partners, when in reality, their feelings are just messengers to tell them that needs are met or unmet. And so the second contribution of poly is to invite partners to explore each other's needs. Of course, you can totally do that without dipping into polyamory. The third tool is about strategies. Once you know your needs, you can devise strategies to meet those needs. The poly movement invites partners to have a conversation about needs. What are your needs? What are my needs? Are they compatible? Can we meet them together? How can we support, encourage each other to meet some needs outside of the partnerships? When it comes to sexual needs and intimacy needs, I want to put both on the table because it is both sex and intimacy. Very few couples do the deep work of knowing themselves, knowing their needs, and knowing their partner's needs. I believe this is one of the primary reasons why so many couples are unhappy sexually. They do not know how to get their needs met, whether inside or outside the partnership. Whether you noticed or not, the last 2 minutes was an NVC class. NVC stands for Nonviolent Communication. So, do I recommend you explore poly or not? Well, that is totally up to you. However, I want to invite you to explore a few things before you explore poly. The first one is to increase the level of integrity in your life and consider all the places in which you are cheating. And so I'm saying intentionally all the places because emotional affairs in which there is no sex are likely cheating, and depending on your agreement with your partner, porn could also be cheating. Most men that I have personally seen explore poly seem to have lost a lot in the process. So men, before you explore poly, I invite you to learn to fully satisfy your partner sexually. Although I have met women who were firm proponents of poly, I have also seen many women who became very unhappy from the husband or masculine partner inviting them to open their marriage. So women, whether you or your partner is considering poly, I encourage you to learn to invite your partner to fully satisfy you sexually before you try poly. Not all marriages are destined to survive. Before you close yours, I encourage you to try and try and try again. Should it become clear that your marriage will not survive, I invite you to close yours with integrity and emotional intelligence. That combination of increased integrity and increased emotional intelligence you will gain in the process are, in my view, the two best factors for you to be happy in your next relationship. I'm a big believer in relationship happiness. If this video inspired you to create more happiness in your current relationship or in a future one, please hit the like button below and subscribe so you can be notified when I publish new juicy content. And please share with all you believe would benefit I look forward to seeing you very soon.